In a small, serene village surrounded by rolling hills and whispering trees, there lived an old man named Sam. Sam was the kind of person who radiated wisdom. Though his life had been simple, his days were spent tending to the modest home and his little patch of land. He had seen many seasons come and go, and with each passing year his hands grew more weathered, but his spirit remained unshaken. One golden morning, as the sun cast long, warm rays over the fields, Sam was seen making a hole in the earth. His back hunched, his movements slow, and next to him lay a fragile sapling, its tender leaves trembling in the gentle breeze. As Sam worked, a young man named David wandered down the path. Dave was full of energy, ambition, and confidence that comes with youth. Seeing the old man toiling with his little sapling, he couldn't help but chuckle and call out, "Hey, old man, what are you doing planting a tree at your age? Surely you know you won't live long enough to see it grow big and strong." Sam paused, resting his hand on the wooden handle of his spade. He wiped the sweat off his forehead and looked up at Dave with a kind but knowing smile. His voice was calm, steady, and full of warmth. "Dave," Sam began, "when you sit beneath a shady tree or bite a sweet, juicy fruit, do you ever stop to think about the person who planted that tree?" Dave tilted his head, caught off guard by the question. After a moment, he shrugged. "No, I suppose I don't." Sam's smile deepened and his eyes twinkled with a quiet wisdom. "That's because someone planted it long before you were born. Not for themselves, but for others. For people they might never meet. So I do the same today. I plant this tree not for me, but for you, for your children, and for all who will come after us." You see, Dave, planting a tree is not about seeing the fruit of your labor. It's about believing in a future you may never see. Dave stood there rooted in place. The old man's words stirred something deep within him, a feeling he couldn't quite name. He watched Sam return to his work, his old hands gently patting the soil around the sapling's base. Years rolled by, as years tend to do, and Sam passed away. Life moved on as it always does, but the little sapling he had planted grew tall and strong. Its roots dug deep into the earth and its branches stretched toward the heavens. Birds made their homes in its leafy canopy, children laughed as they played beneath it, and weary travelers paused to rest in its cool, comforting shade. Dave, now older and wiser himself, often sat beneath the tree that Sam had planted. He would lean against its sturdy trunk, the memories of that golden morning returning to him like a gentle breeze. He would think about the tree, how the tree was more than just a tree. It was a living testament to Sam's wisdom, his selflessness, and his unwavering belief in a better tomorrow. One day, as Dave rested in the tree's shade, a small boy approached him, his eyes wide with curiosity. "Hey, mister," the boy asked, "who planted this big tree? It's the biggest one in the whole village." Dave smiled with his heart swelling with emotion. "A very wise man," he replied, his voice soft and steady. "He planted it not for himself, but for all of us. He taught me that the most important things we do in life are often the things we'll never see the results of. Planting a tree is about hope, about love, about believing in the future." The boy nodded, his young mind turning over the words, and then he ran off. perhaps to plant a tree of his own. And as Dave sat there, gazing up at the strong branches swaying gently in the breeze, he whispered to the wind, "Thank you, Sam. You showed me what it means to truly leave something behind." Every action in life has a reaction. Like Sam planting a tree for a better tomorrow he may not ever see. This is a truth I've come to deeply understand, especially coming from a sales background. There are times, days, even weeks where the results just aren't there. The money isn't coming in, and the pressure builds. The negative thoughts creep in, whispering doubts, trying to pull you away from the bigger picture. But in those moments, I remind myself of something greater. The time-tested principles of doing your job with no expectations of reward. No matter how tough times get, I will always choose to do the right thing. I will care for others even when it feels like no one is watching. I will put good into the world not because I expect anything in return, but because it is my duty as a human being to be a contributor to the greater good. This mindset keeps me grounded and allows me to live in harmony with the principles that truly matter. I believe that when we align ourselves with these values, success follows. Not always immediately, but inevitably. And more importantly, it brings a sense of fulfillment that money cannot buy. So to all of you, wherever you are in your journey through life, I wish you continued success. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to the bigger picture. And never stop being a force of good in the world. The rest will fall into place. Thank you for listening.